Well, in today's episode of This Might Be a Really Good Idea, but Don't Do It the Way I Did, I'm looking at the metaverse. I just know there's a way to make money in it. I know we're in some version of It's 2011 and I'm reading about Bitcoin, and I want to throw money at it. My name is Nicholas Johnson, and this is the Space Warehouse. So, land. It was land during the westward expansion, it was land during the gold rush, it was even land when Walt Disney came to Florida. I think now could be time to buy land in the metaverse. So we've got Decentraland, we've got Sandbox, we've got the Habbo Hotel. I know there's a bunch more, but most recently I've been reading about this upcoming and still unreleased game and metaverse called Big Time. In Big Time, you can buy space, which, if I understand it correctly, will be part of the game once it's released. Whether it's rare, legendary, epic, mythic, or exalted, and depending on its physical size inside the game, small, medium, or large, can contain more or less of these timekeepers and forges. They have something to do with players gaining access to token loot drops, whatever that is, crafting things, and upgrading their characters' outfits and other cosmetic features. All items in this game are NFTs. So if you could earn some pair of boots by doing whatever you do in this game, kill some big monster or whatever, you could then go turn around and sell them on OpenSea or anywhere else, whether in or outside of the game. The space you buy is also an NFT. That means you own it, you can sell it, and there's a limited supply. Big Time has a marketplace set up where you can buy and sell space, but because of the nature of NFTs, you could send it, trade it, buy it, or sell it anywhere on the Ethereum blockchain. This is a game that's not even out yet. As far as I can tell, it's like an RPG game that looks a little bit like Fortnite, if Fortnite was an ongoing game and not just short rounds, and if it took place during all of history and into the future. And it seems like you can purchase the land where you walk through and other players go about their business on, I guess, if I understand this correctly. One thing that makes investing in this particular metaverse project feel a bit less completely dumb and risky is the team. They've got guys who came over from Activision and Blizzard. They've got a guy who was a programmer at both EA and Epic Games. They've got some guys from Riot Games. Their founder spent his previous 4 years and 6 months at none other than Decentraland, arguably one of the top 3 other metaverse things happening right now. The co-founder, who also used to work at Decentraland, and a decade ago, Zynga. Remember Zynga? Mafia Wars? Farmville? Am I older than you? Point is, the people behind this are not new in the video game world. They've even got a guy who worked at Epic and was a 3D artist on the original version of Fortnite. So the odds of this making it to a final playable version and then actually being good are okay. Of course, that doesn't mean that it'll happen promptly, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it'll be out in the timeline that they expect. I'm looking at you, Star Citizen, release date 2014, but still in alpha. Anyway, whatever the game actually ends up being like, buying land in it is pretty straightforward. After you make an account based on your Google username, they give you a wallet and an address to fill it with USDC specifically. You can also connect a bank account and pay for it that way if you don't mind waiting a few days for your funds to be available. But with crypto, it's basically instant. So I set up my account, I got my USDC wallet address, went over to Coinbase and promptly sent Ether there instead. Dang it! Fun fact, USDC is on the Ethereum blockchain, so this wallet accepted it, even though the game server doesn't accept it, and so it doesn't show up in there. So it's essentially gone, even though I know right where it is. I opened up a support ticket and talked to those guys, but they responded by saying it could take days or even weeks for this to get resolved. Luckily, I only put about $2,000 in there, which I get might sound like a lot of money, but I really wanted to try this, so I put $2,000 more in the correct currency. I'm sure someone will answer my support ticket eventually, and they'll give back my Ether eventually, right? Don't you let your company fold before you get through your emails, Mr. Baremo. Big Time had an exclusive space pre-sale back in December, before I knew about it. And back then, I guess all the space sold out basically immediately. Crashed their servers, and the original offerings are all snapped up. But like I said, they set up a marketplace on their website where you can buy and sell space with other users. So all of that space costs way more now than it initially did. But that actually makes me feel good about the future of my own personal piece of this metaverse. I am now the proud owner of Epic Large Space number 255 that I bought for $1,670. And at any time, I can just put it up for sale for whatever price I think it's worth. $100,000. If I have any actual market whale subscribers, by all means, go ahead and go scoop that up, and thank you for your support. Anyway, I'm betting on the fact that once this game does open up, and if it becomes popular, big if, then this land will go up in value quite a bit, since they purposely made a finite amount and aren't making any more. I wouldn't call this a sound investment. It's certainly not a safe one, but if you're somebody with a disposable income and you'd like to do some land prospecting without having to take a 3-month-long journey on a wagon being pulled by an ox, this is a questionable choice that will either make you look very stupid and wasteful if it doesn't pan out, or like a visionary genius if it turns into the next Minecraft 2 years from now.